Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of Matty T's Twin Flame Guidance with your host, Matty T. Today's date is Wednesday, December 10th, 2025, and y'all know the drill by now. On Wednesdays, we do our Divine Masculine Energy Check-In. So today, we will be pulling a single card from the Light Seers deck to check in on the energy of the Divine Masculine Collective. What is you guys' current energy? After we pull that energy update card, we will follow that up with an advice card from Spirit. Whatever comes out, that is whatever comes up is what's going to come out. So again, depending on what the nature of the situation card is that comes out, we will be pulling an advice card to get you guys some Spirit advice. And then we will be giving you some Oracle advice coming from this week's Oracle card pull is going to come from the Sacred Medicine Oracle from Asha Frost. So, or Asha Frost. I'm not sure how she pronounces that. But all right, y'all know the drill. Any divine feminines out there cross-watching, y'all know the drill. If this energy reading is light, be happy and celebrate with your divine counterpart. If it's heavy, pray for them, okay? Y'all know the drill. We don't come over here and cross-watch just to get information or just to snoop or be nosy. If you're cross-watching, you know what to do. Either celebrate with them or pray for them. Now, let's go ahead and get this started. And again, I read today's date, but do not let that deter you, because if this is your reading, then you're going to see it whenever you're supposed to see it. And the last thing I'll say is this. If the current situation card for the Divine Masculine Collective comes out and it doesn't feel like the energy you're in, then you can stop there and turn the video off. Hopefully you'll give us a like before you do. But again, if this does not resonate with you, then it's not your reading. Don't try to make it fit, okay? All right? Y'all know we do single card pulls over here, and we give you a breakdown based on that one card, okay? If necessary, we will pull one or two clarifiers, or sometimes whatever the Spirit wants to convey to you guys, that is what comes out. Okay, this session has already been prayed over, and it is currently protected by the will of the Most High and the angels that he assigned to us in accordance with Psalms 91 and 11. So this session is protected and energized by Archangels Michael and Raphael. Thank y'all for being here, angels. Thank y'all for being here. Okay. All right. So now let's get this party started. Let's get it started, y'all. Let's find out what is the current energy of the Divine Masculine Collective whenever it is that you're watching this video. Okay. And y'all, I know a lot of times when people watch tarot, they get so into the reading that they forget to hit that like button. So y'all do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button right now. If you find out at the end of this video you don't like it, then just unclick the like button, okay? All right, so, but yeah, do us a big favor here and hit that like button right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if you are Divine Feminine or Divine Masculine watching, I would like you guys to know that beginning this week with this weekend's All Signs reading, I'm going to start doing giveaways. I'm going to start doing giveaways for my latest, for digital copies, and this is for Apple only because I don't have any, unfortunately, for Kindle. So if you don't have an Apple device, this one won't apply to you. But I will begin doing giveaways with the Friday All Signs or the weekend All Signs readings. So y'all make sure y'all watch those, all right? And I'll give you the instructions when we get to that reading, but it is going to be for a digital drawing, or drawing for a free digital download of my new book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant Dismissive Divine Masculine. That book was originally drafted with the Divine Masculine in mind, but the Spirit took over the writing session and it became a book for both parties, Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. And that book was written and designed to help you overcome the obstacles that are standing in the way of you opening up your entire, aligning and bringing back into calibration your entire energy body, including your inner Divine Masculine and your inner Divine Feminine. And when those are aligned for both parties, guess what? That automatically magnetizes you toward each other. So if you are a true twin flame, and I've heard people come at me in the comments of some of my videos and say, well, my twin flame, I hate their guts, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And they this, that, and the third, and they abuse me. Listen, a twin flame journey is painful. It has been classified as painfully beautiful, but it is not abusive. So if there's abuse going on, chances are good that that is not your divine counterpart, and you may not be a twin flame. So don't take that personal. That's coming direct from Spirit, okay? And that spiritual definition, okay? So a lot of people wonder, a lot of people are looking for twin flames. True twin flames were not looking consciously for a divine counterpart. Most people didn't even know what a twin flame was until they found themselves in that energy. I had to get that out for somebody. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this party started. And I'm gonna tell y'all a card that just kind of snuck out. It's not the reading unless it comes back out again. But I saw the Three of Swords. So sorry for any of you that are feeling in that Three of Swords energy, Divine Masculine. I'm hoping that you will figure out what it is that has you in that energy and overcome it. Okay. But we're gonna go ahead and shuffle and figure out what is the current energy of the Divine Masculine Collective. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Holy Spirit, please give me a card that conveys the energy of the Divine Masculine Collective. That's 5 cards. I don't want 5 cards. I'm going to keep shuffling. So let's put those back in the deck, reshuffle. They were face down, so I don't even know what they were. Whatever it is, whatever's supposed to come out will. But I didn't see them, so I don't even know what they were. All right? Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys coming in. Y'all know what we're doing over here, all right? This is the home stretch. I believe this is the home stretch for the overwhelming majority of the Twin Flame Collective. I think we're in the final stretch. And this is why this channel was created. It was created to help guide you guys home. Okay, I got a little bit of a story. When I was in the Army, I was an Army medic. And when I was in the Army taking the Expert Field Medical Badge course, which was something that the particular installation that I was assigned to, I was an infantry medic. And the installation that I was assigned to and the unit I was assigned to, it was mandatory for every medic on that base to take the Expert Field Medical Badge. That was just what the general wanted. The general that was the commanding general for that particular Army division. At the time, it was the 5th Infantry Division. That division is now defunct, but when I was in there, it was the 5th Infantry Division. The commanding general at the time of the 5th Infantry Division out of Fort Polk, Louisiana, wanted every medic on that post to be qualified as an Expert Field Medical Badge, okay? Or with the Expert Field Medical Badge. At that time, the EFMB was known as I forgot where I read that, but the EFMB or Expert Field Medical Badge was known as it was classified as being in the top 3 of the most difficult trials there were across all the military branches. Your boy here went out there and I passed all of the stations. Your card just came up. I passed all of the stations and Spirit's telling me to look at the bottom of the deck too. I'll do that in just a second. I'm going to finish telling you guys the story. I passed every station, and the last thing to do, and whether you pass the stations or not, everybody, the end of that field trial was a 12-mile forced road march, and you had 3 hours to complete that 12-mile road march. It was 6 down, 6 back, okay, and you had to carry, I think it was a 60-pound pack, a 50-pound or 60-pound pack. I don't remember now because it was so many years ago, but you had to carry that, your rifle, your aid bag, and your and 2 canteens of water. And plus you were full gear, Kevlar, boots, everything. So load bearing equipment, belt, all of that. And let me tell you something. I had a guide that I'll never forget him. My squad leader, Sergeant Juarez. He was like, come on, T, you're going to get this. They used to call me T. They call me T or Talford. Everybody in the military calls you by your last name. People don't typically call you by the first name unless I've seen officers do it, but that's a different breed anyway. So he was like, T, come on, man. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And he stayed with me that whole 12-mile road march. And I'm going to tell you, it might have been very difficult if he were not with me because on my way back, and I wanted the record. He's like, T, if you think you can get it, go for it. I wanted that record. That record at the time was 2 hours and 53 minutes. I said, I'm going to beat that record. I'm going to beat it. And was it 2 hours and 53 minutes? I think it was 2 hours and 53 minutes or something like that. Or maybe it was an hour. Maybe no. It wasn't 2 hours and 53 minutes. That's the time I finished it in. The record was like an hour and 50 something minutes. Okay, so somebody had set the record. They got it done in an hour and 50 some odd minutes. I was on pace to at least tie the record, if not break it, because I was going hard at it. And I ran a lot. I walked a lot. I ran a lot. I walked a lot. I was like, I'm getting this record. And at the 7-mile mark, I blew out my quad. Went a little further, blew out the second quad. When I say blew out, I don't mean like had a muscle separation. It was just cramping in my quad, right quad. Later on, cramping in the left quad, then the right calf, then the left calf. And I just felt like I couldn't go anymore. And let me tell you something. I was afraid that I was going to go all of that way and then fail at the very final stage, which is the 12-mile road march. But I did not give up. And my guide, my squad leader, Sergeant Juarez, he was there encouraging me the whole time. Come on, T, you got this. Don't give up. Don't give up now. He gave me a wooden, not wooden, he gave me a tree limb. And I'm out there dragging myself along with this tree limb. And he's calling me Moses. He said, come on, man, you look like Moses. You look like you're getting ready to part the Red Sea. And anyway, I was angry and in pain and tears coming down my face because I'm like, I can't not make this now. I came too far. And lo and behold, I was able to muster myself. I stopped for a minute, drank some water, kept going, and I was able to cross that finish line with 7 minutes left to spare. I got across in 2 hours and 53 minutes and got my expert field medical badge. But I say that to say, in that final stage, I had a guide helping me. And I feel like we're right back here right now, y'all. I feel like we're here with this twin flame journey. I feel like this is the final stage. A lot of you have gone through the most. You have upgraded. You have, especially any divine feminines cross watching. A lot of you guys come online before the divine masculine. They come on a little bit later, and that's because the divine feminine is technically the spiritual leader of the union. The divine masculine is the physical leader of the union. But in any case, I feel like we're at the final stage before you're starting to see these twin flame pairs come into union. They're coming into alignment and coming into union. So let me be your Sergeant Juarez. Let me be your Sergeant Juarez, okay? Shout out. I don't know where Sergeant Juarez is anymore. I never saw him after I left Fort Polk, but anyway, let me do for you all what Sergeant Juarez did for me in that final stage, because I think this is the final stage, and I want to help you all get there, okay? So let's do it now. Let's get this card. The card that came out for you all in today's reading is the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups. Now, I want to say that this card right here, actually, y'all, it came out sideways. If I'm going to be completely honest, this card came out sideways. So I'm going to explain to you what this energy is sideways. This tells me a couple of things. One, it tells me that some of you are, Ten of Cups is one of the happiest cards in the minor arcana, okay? It is arriving at, you have finally achieved wish fulfillment. As you can see, you got everything you want. You got a person there. They got a lady there. She got her hands around her person. I think that's a guy. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna say that she got her hands around her guy. It's a divine masculine, divine feminine there. Okay. You got all of the cups out. You got all of the colors of the rainbow, which tell you that all of the chakras are in alignment. So we got complete alignment there. And you got all 7 colors. For those of y'all that question things, when you know, on some other things, there's a color missing. This is all 7 colors. And you know what? Actually, me explaining that shows you that we're in some half and half energy. So half of you all are probably in this Ten of Cups reverse energy where you don't feel like you have achieved and arrived at. This is a card of union as well. Upright, you can see there's union. You got happy kids, happy family. Everything is good to go there in love. The rainbow has come out. What does the rainbow symbolize? The rainbow symbolizes that the storm is gone. The storm is past. So with this card coming out sideways, I feel like some of you are still in the storm and some of you are out of the storm. But with the Ten of Cups card coming out overall tells me that you guys are hopeful. Okay, this tells me you're halfway there. What was it? Oh man, look at the divine synchronicity. I just explained to you guys that story of me taking the expert field medical badge at the age of 18. At the age of 18, first time out. I was awarded the expert field medical badge my first time out. That was unheard of. They said the percentages of people that get it the first time was less than 10, single digit percentages. And I got there, but that's a story for another day. But I just shared that story with you guys and told you that, hey, I was at the final stage and I had help getting there. So this is the general energy of the collective right now. I want to say that you guys are hopeful that you're going to get there. You're hopeful you're going to get there, but you're kind of here right now, which is kind of being stuck in limbo. You've already identified, you know that you have a divine counterpart. There's no more question in your mind. Maybe a year ago and beyond, a lot of you in the collective were still trying to figure out what twin flames were. You were like, what is a divine counterpart? What is a twin flame? Why is this energy chasing me? And, you know, it wasn't a bad type of chasing, but it was just like, it was so intense that you ran from the intensity of it. But you still felt like there was perhaps something there. So you didn't have it figured out. Plus you were dealing with whatever your earthly, what I like to call earthly or matrix issues are, with like paying bills, getting money, all of that things, trying to make sure that you keep the lights on, you know, food in the cupboards, whatever, you know, making sure your car is running, all of that stuff, just matrix stuff, things that masculines are concerned with, you know. But so a lot of you didn't really, you weren't kind of there. Yeah, you know, you were kind of still in that runner energy. You're like, what is this person? Why is this person telling me I'm the twin flame? Or what is the twin flame? A lot of you were doing research trying to figure out what it is. And you have finally, the fact that this card came out as in the general update or energy update of the collective, this is the Ten of Cups card. This is, again, upright. you can see that that's twin flame energy. Twin flame high level soulmate arriving at your destiny, your desired destiny. You see the clouds in the background. Again, the rainbow symbolizes a couple things. One, it tells me that you got all 7 chakras represented there. You got the red for the root, the orange for the sacral, the yellow for the solar plexus, the green for the heart, the light blue for the throat chakra, the dark purple for the indigo for the third eye chakra, and then the light purple for the crown chakra. So you have all 7 chakras represented here. That tells me that you guys are coming into energetic alignment. But with the card coming out in a sideways position like that, and that is the way it came out, I have to honor it. It tells me that you guys are on that home stretch. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you're not quite there yet. You're not quite there. Some of you, again, perhaps are coming into union. Some of you are not quite there yet. Okay, you're like, well, I want to come into union, but I got some things. There's some obstacles perhaps standing in the way of me and my divine counterpart coming into union. This halfway card says you're halfway there. You're not halfway to falling out of connection. You're actually halfway to coming into full connection and union with your divine counterpart. So this halfway energy, here's where you are. Here's where you are. So let me pull an advice card. Again, that's not bad energy, because again, seeing that 10 of Cups coming out tells me that you guys are now fully aware of the journey. You know, hey, that person that was in that chaser energy, which most divine feminines are no longer chasing. Most of them are no longer chasing. They have matured to the point where they have aligned their inner divine masculine, divine feminine, and they're like, if this journey is to happen, it will. If it's not to happen, all praises to the Most High. I am thankful for the fact that I'm there now. I have at least gotten the energetic alignment that I want out of this thing. So let's go ahead now and pull you an advice card. You really kind of, well, I would not pull an advice card if you guys were in the 10 of Cups upright. There would be no need for me to pull an advice card, because that's it. That's like the end of the rainbow, so to speak. Pun intended, because there was a rainbow in that card. But I think my dog wants to go outside. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had a little bit of a distraction with the dog, but we're back. So let me go ahead and pull an advice card. As I was saying, I would not pull an advice card if you guys were in the 10 of Cups energy, because that's the end of the rainbow. No pun intended. But we're not there yet. So let's get you some advice for Spirit. What advice do you have for the Divine Masculine Collective who is in the partial 10 of Cups energy? What advice do you have, Spirit? Give us an advice card for the Divine Masculine Collective. All right. Let me cut the deck. And let's see what comes out. All right. I got 2 cards that came out, okay? 2 cards that came out. And I think these cards clarify each other, but okay, so here, let me tell you what I've seen these cards. 2 cards came out. The 3 of Cups in reverse and the Chariot upright. Now, the 3 of Cups in reverse, or the 3 of Cups, is a card of celebration. It's a card of reunion. So this is kind of par for the course. This is mirroring that half and half energy that we had with that 10 of Cups coming out sideways. So as advice, with this being in the advice position, what this is telling me is that you guys, the Chariot is what? Chariot is Emperor energy going toward its mission, or going toward its goal, or going toward whatever that Emperor has his eyes set on. Okay. The Chariot card is also it's also a divine counterparts card, because as you can see, you got a white horse and a black horse pulling a chariot, okay? And you got the Emperor driving it. So this tells me that Emperor driving that card says, hey, you guys need to get on that chariot and start making motions toward your divine counterpart, okay? That is what that card means to me in the advice position. However, with this card, this 3 of Cups coming out in reverse as your advice, I take that as Spirit saying, hold off on celebrating. Hold off on celebrating, okay? That 10 of Cups is that's a celebration card too, because you finally have that happiness. You've achieved emotional success. You've achieved everything that your heart desires, but it came out in a sideways position. So the Spirit says, hey, Spirit's advice is don't start celebrating yet. Just because you saw that now, yeah, you know that that's your divine counterpart. You know that you see union on the horizon. You see reunion on the horizon. This is a card of reunion. The 3 of Cups upright is a card of reunion, but in that reverse, position, or coming out in reverse, that tells me you're not quite, reunion's not there yet. Reunion's not there yet. Why? because you guys got to make it happen. You guys have to make it happen. And I just told you the it's funny how these things come out, y'all. I just told you that the Divine Feminine Collective is no longer chasing. Okay, what does that mean? That means that Divine Masculine has got to make that move toward the Divine Feminine for this to turn upright. That's a card of reunion, but in reverse it says not yet. That means, hey, you're not ready to celebrate yet. You're not ready to have that reunion. There's something else that you got to do. This is what you got to do. You got to get in that chariot. You got to step into that Emperor energy. That the Emperor drives the chariot. Okay, and the Seven of Cups. That seven. I'm sorry, not Seven of Cups. That seven. That chariot. That number 7 card. That card, the other thing with that card is that is Cancer energy. So Cancer is the energy of emotions. It's the energy of the heart. So get in your heart space, check in with your heart, put your hand over your heart and ask your higher self what that looks like. What should I do to start moving toward my divine counterpart? It's going to be different for everybody. It is going to be different for everybody. But what Spirit's advice is that you guys need to hold off on celebrating. Remember what Matt always says on this channel are like retrogrades. Retrogrades, planetary retrogrades. A retrograde is when the planet is moving backwards, because a retrograde is like whatever the energy of that planet represents. For example, a Mercury retrograde, Mercury is spinning the block so that you can go back and revisit some thoughts or some communication that you didn't have or that you didn't get to do. Venus retrograde tells you, hey, reflect on your partnerships and do any work that you didn't get the last time Venus was in that particular sign. So retrogrades are opportunities to redo things, to do things over, to reflect. Any re-word that you want to plug in, RE, any RE word you want to plug in, that is what planetary retrogrades are. Well, guess what reversals are in tarot? Reversals are also temporary states of being. Planetary retrogrades don't last long. They're reversals where the energy is moving backwards through some of the other signs for just a moment, just a short while, and then it moves back forward, okay? So the natural motion of a planet is forward, but sometimes they have to go retrograde in order to realign. Reversals in tarot, especially with this reverse 3 of Cups energy, that is an opportunity for you to realign something. I think that realign probably goes with this 10 of Cups sideways, okay? Your chakras, realign your energy bodies, but keep in mind too that this chariot is a card of, it's Cancer energy, which is the energy of the emotions, the heart. So open up your heart chakra, put your hand over your heart, ask your higher self what going forward towards your divine counterpart looks like. A lot of you know you need to do it, but you just haven't done it. This is Spirit telling you in plain English, you need to do it, okay? In order to get this 3 of Cups, which is a card of reunion, in the upright position, okay? And I was going to look at the bottom of the deck. Spirit directed me earlier to look at the bottom of the deck. Look at what's on the bottom of the deck. The 9 of Cups is the overall energy. 9 of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment. So you guys' general energy, the overall energy, the underpinnings of today's read is the 9 of Cups, okay? But for you to get to that 10 of Cups, that 10 of Cups came out sideways. So you got something to do. Spirit told you what that is. You got to get on that chariot, go towards your divine counterpart, whatever that looks like. Put your hand over your heart, get in your heart space. That chariot is Cancer energy. Cancer rules over the 4th chakra. It also rules over the 4th house. Okay, 4th chakra is the heart chakra. The 4th house is governed by the moon. It deals with our emotions, home, family, that sort of thing. So get on that chariot, be an emperor, get on that chariot, ride toward your divine counterpart, but check in with your heart space and say, higher self, most high, divine, spirit, source, universe, show me what I need to do to make this happen. Show me how. Show me how to go toward my divine counterpart and get out of this 3 of Cups reverse energy so that we can get into this energy of reunion and celebration. Okay? All right. And that is your reading for the tarot cards. Now let's get you some oracle advice and then we'll wrap up. Thank you all for being here. This is a very positive reading. This is a very positive reading. Any divine feminine cross watchers, celebrate energetically with your divine counterpart. This is a powerful reading. And pray for your divine counterpart. Pray that the Spirit gives them the guidance that they need in order to come towards you, because that is what Spirit is directing that divine masculine to do. Okay? Told y'all we're gonna get there, y'all. We're gonna get there. This is exactly why this channel was created. Okay? The number 9 card. Number 29. The 29 card, the birch tree. Humility. Look at the energy of that reading. Look at what's behind that tree. The sun. Okay? The sun. So you got this forest of trees soaking up all of that beautiful sunlight. The color green is prevalent there. Green is the heart chakra. All right, we just talked about that with that Chariot card. Chariot card being Cancer energy, Cancer ruling over the emotions, and that fourth chakra, the heart. Okay, so let's read that. Number 29 card. Somebody out there might have a birthday on the 29th of any month. Someone might have a birthday that is September the 2nd. Someone might have a birthday that is February the 9th. Okay, 2 plus 9 is 11. So somebody might have been born in the 11th month of the year, or they may have a birthday on the 11th day of any month. Okay, so 29, someone also might be a master number 11. 2 plus 9 equals 11. Someone also might be a master number, a life path number 11, which is a master number. Okay, let's see what this card says, and then we will wrap up this reading. Thank y'all for being here today. Number 29, Birch Tree, humility. Birch invites you to reach your crown up to the cosmos, one with creation, steady and rooted. Okay, crown, the crown of the tree. Birch bark is layered with meaning, the white base filled with marks that look like scratches, yet we have used its medicine to build canoes. One could call birch imperfect, yet all we see is beauty and strength. Its medicine reminds us to take up the space we divinely deserve, despite all our perceived imperfections. This is definitely a divine masculine card here. Just like the flowers bloom into their fullest expression, the moss that spreads its greenish hue along the forest floor, and the stars that shimmer for thousands of years, you too are asked to see this same power in your presence. That's that emperor on top of that chariot. Are there places in your life where you make yourself small or insignificant? Where do you hear yourself repeating these words over and over again? Birch Tree is here to call you out of this spell. Perhaps some voices have told you to shine, but not too bright. To rise, but not so much that you are full of yourself. Shrinking, holding back, and not taking up your rightful space is not true humility. Birch is here to remind you that you are one with all of creation, and it is time to see yourself reflected in this beauty. Stand tall, illuminate your presence, walk with the grace that you naturally carry. Even with your perceived wounds and scars, like the weathered white bark of a birch tree, you are breathtaking. Look at that imagery again. You see that? Yeah, that tree has been battered and bruised, but it's still beautiful. Divine masculine energy. Let's go. Let's go. And here's your sacred ceremony. Birch Tree reaches, and when it says sacred ceremony, that is for you to like close your eyes and imagine as you hear these words. Some people put their hands over their heart. It just depends on what the direction of the sacred ceremony is. But here's your sacred ceremony that comes with the number 29 Birch Tree card. Birch Tree reaches its long branches down to you. The branches embrace you, freeing you from layers of doubt and old voices that have told you that it's safer to stay small. Birch sends an infusion of golden light around you, weaves through your system, awakening your fullest potential and magnificence. Breathe this into your lungs, activating your life force. It's up to you to choose how you will take your next bold steps. With humility in your heart, you rise. And here's your healing affirmation. You can place your hand over your heart and say this: I am a significant part of creation upon this planet. I choose to take up my rightful space here. And we couldn't have a more beautiful way to end this reading, y'all. That definitely goes with that emperor sitting on top of that chariot. That's all I got this week, you all. Thank you all for watching. Hit that like button on your way out. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy getting these types of updates, be sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure your notification bell is set to all so you'll be notified when I upload new content. Thank you all for watching this week. And again, remember, whenever you see this reading, that is when you are supposed to see it. You all have a great rest of your week, and please do not forget to join me this coming weekend for our All Signs reading. And keep in mind, I will be giving away free copies or free digital downloads, and this is for Apple books only. So if you don't have an Apple device, it won't apply to you. But I will begin this month in the All Signs readings, giving away free digital downloads of my book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive, Divine Masculine. For those of you that do not like ebooks, you can purchase that. You can purchase a hard copy of the book at my website, www.talfordarts.com, where you can find it in paperback or collector's edition hardcover. Okay, for those of you that are outside of the United States, you may want to check on Amazon, where you can also get the book in paperback and hardcover. It just won't be the collector's edition. The collector's edition hardcovers are only available in the US. Okay, and so thank you all for joining today. Have a great rest of your week.